My husband and I were craving fisherman soup after seeing one video on Instagram. We're like, today, we're gonna eat this soup today. I brought out everything in my freezer. I bought some ingredients from the market. If you saw my last market vlog, you would have seen me shopping for ingredients. Let's make this soup together. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. These are the ingredients we'll be using for the soup. First, I have crayfish. Some people believe adding crayfish is optional. I love the flavor of crayfish in the soup, so we'll be blending it and then adding it much later. Next, we have our prawns. I love to have prawns in my fisherman soup. Like, if there's no prawns, what are we doing here? Next, we have periwinkles. Some people have never seen periwinkles before and never even cooked with it. I love periwinkles because they are very colorful, they're tiny, and they taste okay. It's kind of like little tiny snails. I don't know how to describe them. They're like really tiny snails, but I just love how colorful it is. Let me know in the comment section if this is your first time seeing periwinkles, or if you've never cooked with periwinkles, you've never eaten periwinkles, you don't know what it tastes like. Let me know in the comments. You see this yellow pepper? This is one of my favorite ingredients to cook soups with. If I don't have yellow pepper, it go hard to make the soup because there's just this flavor, this aroma, this taste that this yellow pepper gives. It is called unsuka pepper. When you go to the market, you'll see it. Start adding it to your soups and thank me later. Next is ngolo. These are also called whelks. We use them in a lot of riverine soups, and I don't know if I'm particularly fond of them. It's just they just have to be in this particular soup, and this is what they look like. I'm going to be adding some okra to give my soup some body. This is completely optional. You can skip it, but adding it is not a problem. And then we have like just extra prawns. These are just things in my freezer that need to go. I also have pala fish. I don't know, this fish has me in a chokehold. I just want to use it for this soup. I'm clearing out my freezer. And then I have cocoyam. This is the cocoyam we use for soups. We'll be boiling it, blending it, adding it to the soup to thicken it. Next, we have uziza leaves. You guys know about my affair with uziza leaves. You need the uziza leaves to give you a lot of flavor in the soup. It will be bland otherwise. Also, I'm using uziza seeds. So there's uziza leaves and then there's uziza seeds. So the seeds you blend and you add to the soup while cooking, and then the vegetables you can add much later. This is the fresh fish I'll be using for this recipe. You can use any kind of fresh fish that you like or that you find available. Last and not the least by any means, we have our gorgeous, beautiful palm oil, and we'll be using it to add some color to the soup. I'll start by boiling the cocoyam because it's going to take the longest to cook. Just put it in a pot, bring it to a boil. Once it softens, bring it out, peel the skin, and then blend, and we have our pulp. Next, I'm going to chop our okra. I'm going to cut them in big sizes because of the kind of soup I'm making. If I was making like okra soup, just our typical okra soup, I cut them much more smaller, but just because of this soup, I'm cutting it like this. Like I said, it's optional. You do not have to use okra, but I like it sometimes in this soup. And I had some left over. If you would like to master Nigerian soups, because Nigerian soups are so many and they are so delicious, if you would like to master them, you definitely should get my Nigerian soups, stews and sauces cookbook. The feedback from that book has been amazing because it has over 30 Nigerian soups, stews and sauces. At this point, you'll be eating a new soup every day, not every day egusi. The link to download the book will be in my description box. You can also get the hard copy on Amazon. Next, I'll also be slicing the uziza leaves. To start the cooking process, I'm going to pour the fresh fish in a wide pot. I like to use a wide pot. Add our kpanla fish, our ngolo, our yellow pepper blended. I chopped it actually. I'm adding some salt and some crayfish stock powder. I'm adding some red atarodo water, just enough to cook this fish. It doesn't take long to cook fish, guys. In less than 10 minutes, this soup should be almost ready. So I'll cook the fish till it is white and firm. If you're making a lot, at this point you should take out the fish from the pot, but I'm not going to do that. It just helps with the fish not scattering. So I'm just going to add my palm oil, my prawns. Like I said, this is like a very quick soup for me. This is a budget fisherman soup for me, so we're not doing too much. After putting in the prawns, I'm going to add some crayfish powder just for some flavor. It is optional. Not everybody uses crayfish powder for this soup. I'm adding some more water and I'm just going to stir it gently so that the fish does not scatter. You can just shake the pot slightly so that you don't scatter the fish. After about a minute or so, once the palm oil has just started cooking, I'll add the cocoyam. This is the cocoyam that was boiled. I blended it. You can pound it to make a paste like this, and this is just to thicken the soup to your desired consistency. Now I'm going to add the periwinkles to the soup. I'm also going to add the chopped okra, and then I'll add the chopped uziza leaves. And you guys, from here it is basically done, because you don't want to overcook your vegetables. Give it about a minute, stir it gently, and your soup should be ready. If you want more soup recipes, you guys, I always give you amazing soup recipes. There are so many on my YouTube channel, and if you want more with the measurements and description and everything, then you should definitely get my Nigerian soups cookbook. It's available on Amazon, and also the link will be in the description box to download an e-copy if that's the method you prefer. Thank you for watching. We enjoyed the soup with some fufu. It was so good. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.